Hey guys, we're live with Jane Unchained. This is Danny Rukin, and just show you what's going on. Turn it around. So this is the Cube of Truth, and it's anonymous for the voiceless. And it's a group that comes out and they stand. I'm going to turn it around in a second. That's Rocco, by the way. And I brought him because A, he loves to be out. B, I love to be with him. C, he loves to be with me. And D, he is a pretty good prop. Get him in for the pooch. I'm going to turn it around. Get him in for the pooch and have him stay for the reality of what we're showing here. See, I won't stay on this too long, but as you can see, this is the horrors and the realities of factory farming. And then this is our shill. My grandma and grandpa were in the carnival, and my grandma used to be a shill for when my grandpa was getting people to come in and do whatever. So I won't stay too long on that, but check it out. So here we are. Showing the truth, having the conversations with people, allowing them to watch the footage.
I heard that being vegan is good for spiritual.
Just having a conversation with them about the realities of cruelty to animals.
He's asking what's going on.
Oh, he's asking what's going on. Okay, hey there. You're on camera. What's happening is we're just showing people the reality of factory farming behind the scenes and how we use animals we see them by the time they get to our plate and packaged nice in the grocery store, but we're showing people what happens to them before they get here. And they need to be confined and imprisoned, mutilated, tortured, and then violently killed in order for us to eat pigs, cows, chickens.
Well, they don't need to be. It's just some people don't know how to treat them properly.
So how do you suggest? So 99% of where we get our meat and chicken and pig and all that is from, sorry, the lighting is bad here. I'm just going to go like this. Thanks. So if you could just come in if you want to have that conversation. So, oh, no, right here. Thanks. So the reality is we have 7.4 billion people on this planet, and we're looking at 9 billion by approximately 2050. 99% of our farming of animals is through factory farming. This is industry standard. This is all across the world and the United States. Factory farms are everywhere. The waste, we have nowhere to put the waste, so lagoons are filled with them. Only less than 1% is small farming. So where do you suggest, how do you think it's going to go in that direction?
I just know that the world is messed up.
The world is. So consider that the first thing we need to do is stop eating them, especially when we don't need to. If we could live happy, healthy lives without eating animals, wouldn't that be? Imagine if that's the first thing we all do to start with, right? Consider that if we stop eating animals, then we can work on other things. But it's how is it that we work on other things while we're still doing this? And we're still committing this kind of cruelty and violence. Does that make sense? What do you think?
I think this is not okay. But I think people still have the right to eat, but eat in reasonable amounts. Like, don't eat more than you need to. Definitely.
So only a little bit of torture and imprisonment and screaming and bloody murder?
That's not what I said. I said
No,
this isn't.
I'm saying that only because in order for these animals, in order for us to eat them, well, I'm just addressing what you said. There's no humane way to kill someone who does not want to die? How do you humanely kill someone who feels just the way we do as families and babies? How do you humanely kill someone who doesn't want to die?
First, I wasn't done talking. Second, can you not interrupt me again? And third, why can't we keep them in good conditions? Then the ones that die of old age, perhaps we could maybe eat those, like die of natural
Why
causes.
eat any of them if we don't need to be healthy? In fact, it's killing us. It's the leading cause of animal agriculture is causing climate change. It's one of the leading causes. It's one of the leading causes of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, high blood pressure, obesity. Why would we continue to do it if we don't need to? And in fact, our planet, animals, and our health would be better off.
Isn't mainly red meat the cause of such things like high blood pressure?
No,
and
it's
cholesterol?
actually all meats, and it's dairy too.
Yeah,
Dairy is a very cruel industry, and it's also dairy causes horrible damage to our bodies. You can Google it.
Oh,
In fact, yeah, don't believe me. Go ahead and Google it.
yeah, that wasn't what I was saying. I was just getting another source.
Okay.
Does dairy affect the human body negatively?
I love this. The millennials, I don't know, they can Google anything right on the spot. You say, go ahead and Google it, get your facts, get your science. And while he's Googling it, I'll just show this over here.
Yeah, and all that fat is actually walking.
From people walking by. So the great news is that, come on in and have a look. The great news is that we have had a lot of incredible conversations. I've had many, many conversations today with people, really powerful conversations. And the interesting thing is that at first you greet them and their first reaction is generally going to be, no, that's okay, I'm good. Same way I was. I always was like, no, okay, that's okay, I'm good. Before I even knew, you could say, hey, do you want $1 million? And I'd be like, no, okay, it's okay, I'm good. Because you think you're going to be bothered about something. But then, if you just gently engage them in the conversation and ask them some questions and point out some facts, what I found is that almost every single person that I had a conversation with today was willing to change their mind and consider that they could go vegan. And it's just been so fulfilling to have that experience, I have to tell you. So let's see. He's having that conversation with her. And let me just show you what's happening here. Yeah, join people and ask questions. Let me look and see. Okay, good. A bunch of people are sharing the video. Let them know I do appreciate it. Come on in and join us. You can have a look. And I just say things like if you, if you care about animals and the welfare of animals, come have a look. Just asking people. The least we can do with all the cruelty to animals, the least we can do is to just stop and have a look and bear witness for a minute, just a minute. A minute of our time of discomfort or inconvenience is nothing compared to the horrors of what they go through.
Brown rice, oatmeal, potatoes, sweet potatoes. Those are my main sources of calories. And
So
then,
now
I can also
she's engaging him in the conversation of
such as
alternatives to
beans,
eating meat and dairy. Because when you
nuts and
Googled it, you
seeds,
probably did
and those
see
will provide protein and
that
fat, also fiber. And then what's
eating
really
dairy
important is
does
getting a lot of
negatively
fruits and
impact
vegetables because those are
animals,
really gonna
humans, and the earth.
all the vitamins.
Oh, good. Okay, my son wants to do the cube. Oh, it's going so fast. Maybe in a couple of years. It was great meeting you this week. Jane, yay! Yay! Save animals, go vegan. So this is Iman, and she's having merci beaucoup. Oui. Enchanté. Gracias. Merci beaucoup to you too. For our action. Thank you so much. So this is Iman, and he was willing to have a conversation. See how that happens, people? See how that happens? See now more people are getting into the conversation.
Literally all the stuff you mentioned is kind of like extenuating circumstances. These are all extenuating circumstances. factory farming, meat and dairy is the leading cause of weight.
Animals are eating, especially not cows. Like if we were to eat those cows raw, like it would actually minus, the fact that our digestive system can't handle it.
Animals are not ours to eat. So I'm steak mache. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but I recognize you. Animals are not ours to eat. Where experiment on, hunt, or keep in captivity, go vegan. We just had some trolls yelling at us. You get all kinds of responses. You get the good, the bad, and the ugly. Thank you, Mache, if I'm saying your name right, for your feedback. Go vegan, or to hunt or keep in captivity. Thank you so much. Hey guys, come on and check out what we're doing. So see, he's still in the conversation. He's listening. I don't know if you can hear me well, but he's listening.
But there was another.
And he's got his objections, but it's like sales. You listen to their objections, and she's thanking him for just having the conversation. Right on. Hey, have a look, guys. Here, smile, you're on camera. Check it out.
Are you on Instagram Live?
Yeah, not Instagram, but Facebook. Check it out. Yeah, and wave to the camera. Just say hi to your... Hey. And then, just check out what's going on. See, these are skateboard kids. They're awesome. And look at how cool they are. They're just willing to check it out. People with their kids and their family. Sorry to jump in.
No, it's okay.
Hi, Gabby. If I'm saying your name right, love you guys. Oh, Heather, thank you. Love you guys. Vegan, vegan, vegan. Right on. Thanks for stopping by. We're just bringing awareness to animal cruelty. When we eat them, this is what has to happen. And in fact, I'll just give you a little card. ¿Hablas inglés?
Yes.
Okay.
That's actually funny. I think you're the first person to do that since I lived in Texas.
Oh my God. So, right in Portland, nobody ever even considers that there might be another language other than English?
No, actually,
sorry.
it was the Hispanic population who thought I was Hispanic.
Oh.
I had to have an interpreter at one of the companies I worked. Because they automatically come in and go, say, and just start.
Right.
Just start speaking, and I'm like, no se habla inglés.
Right.
And it's like, they're like, no, you're kidding.
That's great. I'm fairly new to Portland, and so I've lived in a lot of diverse cities, and I often, even by Latinos, would be mistaken for, and I do speak a little Spanish, but I would be mistaken. They'd speak so fluently with me. Other Latinos would assume I was Latina, and so they would start talking to me in Spanish, which helped me learn it, by the way. This card here, there you go. So that there, it says, if you could just, it's Anonymous for the Voiceless. Yes, and the other side is Cuba Truth.
Yep.
If you go there, we're just letting people know that there's a 22-day vegan challenge. Hello from New York. Nadine, thank you. Hello from New York. Thank you, Gabby. Love you too from New York City. I'm gonna actually be in New York City next week. So anyway, we're out here and we're just letting people know about the realities of factory farms. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but I saw your family watching. And so, people aren't often, we don't really know how the animals get to, we just see them in the grocery store, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we're just showing people the reality that in order for the animals, in order for us to eat chicken and meat and dairy, they go through horrific suffering.
Oh, I know about that for the large plants and stuff, because I've actually worked and lived on a ranch.
Yes.
And I actually took very good care of my animals. We very rarely had chicken. We didn't hardly ever eat beef. We actually did a lot of hunting. So we knew exactly where our food came from. And and when I actually have a large enough yard, my husband and I grow our own vegetables.
That's terrific.
It's
So
just
it's more like
knowing
back to the
where-
land, knowing where your food
Know
comes
where your
from.
food comes from.
Okay, fair enough. And so you're a hunter.
I have had many friends. I've never actually done hunting myself. Fishing, I suck at.
And why have you never done the hunting yourself?
I never actually had the opportunity.
And okay, so other people would hunt and kill the animal. And how do you feel about that when you think about that they would hunt the animal and then kill it? The animal may have babies nearby.
Well, one of the things we have always looked at, and most of my friends who are hunters were either had tribal beliefs or more natural beliefs. It was only take what you needed, never go for too young, never go for the females, always go for the older bucks when it was deer, elk, things like that.
Sure.
Don't, and respect everything you went when you hunted. It was not just go out and kill whatever you damn well felt like.
Sure. So there were guidelines with, but
Oh, yeah.
consider that that when you're you're saying that respecting the animal while you're hunting. How is it respectful to hunt the animal and kill them when they want to live as much as we do?
Well, that's when it comes back to the cycle of life. You have to cull herds. Disease culls the human herd.
Okay, so the cycle of life, so disease calls the human herd, but the reason we have so many animals, animal agriculture, is because we forcefully breed the animals. There wouldn't be so many animals if we as humans didn't confine them and forcefully impregnate them and breed them.
Well, that is not something that should be done because
Right?
it is waste.
It's waste.
It
So
ends
you're
up
all
being
about,
waste.
right, the planet and doing the best for the planet and no
Everything
waste,
you
right?
can, you recycle.
Right on, right on.
It's broken, it's ripped,
I love
but it's mine,
But
and
it's
I'll
yours.
recycle it.
And we share a lot of common ground in that.
That's why composting,
Composting.
using everything, returning it to the earth, using what you only need. We live in a wasteful time frame right now. Everything is just, we're a throwaway
Agreed.
society.
I agree. So what about this? What if it was you that was being hunted, and but the other person on the end, or the other being on the end, said, I'm only eating what I need, I'm using all her skin, all her blood, and I'm putting it all to use, and I'm going to make things out of her. What if it were you?
Then that's the cycle of life. I could walk out in that street right now and get hit by a car, even when I had the right of way.
Sure. So
death
right.
happens
Death
daily.
happens, but why
Even
would we
the-
want? Oh, sure. But why, if we can live happy, healthy lives, and we're just having a real conversation. There's nobody wrong or right. But if we could live happy, healthy lives without killing and eating animals, because science has proven that we don't need to be eating animals. In fact, it's not good for our health. Why wouldn't we? If we could live happy, healthy lives without causing them harm, and we could coexist with them happily.
Well, there's a lot of things that won't make me stop eating meat. I still do. But I also look for things that are organic, are humanely treated. Because I would want the same. Even if humanity ended up being on a world where we were the food, at least if we were humanely treated,
Okay.
why
So say,
not accept life that things happen? We
right,
do things
do
to
happen.
make
Things
our
do
lives
happen,
better,
But what about
but-
intentional? What about
That's what I'm saying. The intentional part of what humans have done to their livestock, how they've created these, basically just like a puppy mill. It's a chicken mill. They just use the
Right, so
overproduce.
you're
Then
yeah.
they fatten them up with hormones and things that make them so they can't walk. They are confined in areas that are just disgusting habitats
Great,
for
you
them.
know, you know the reality.
Oh yes,
It's
I know the
horrific,
realities of it. It's horrific. I am completely against those realities. But a reality for ourselves is some of us do need that extra that meat gives us. I tend to be very anemic. So when that happens, I will actually crave something like liver. It's a high iron content. There's very little in organic nature except for broccoli and a few others.
And kale. And do you know that actually, if you did more homework, it sounds like you have done your homework, but I can tell you that you can get all the protein and the iron and the calcium and all the nutrients. See, everything that the animal's eating, that animal's liver that you're eating, that animal was eating the plants. You can get all those nutrients from the plant. Why go through a middleman and create all that cruelty? And here, I want to go back to your interesting point, and I really appreciate you staying in this conversation, because all we are having is a real dialogue, and a lot of people aren't willing to have it, and I appreciate your knowledge and your willingness to have this conversation. But back to when you were saying that, I said, what if it were happening to you? What if it were you that was being right? And you said, well, then so be it. But consider this. What if you were humanely raised with your family, and you had a spouse, and you had friends, and you had children, and you had a tribe, and you had a community, and you became close and attached, and even attached to the beings that were raising you? Let's just say they were aliens from another planet who had like a superiority over in the cycle of life. Why? So you say then? Can you imagine if they raised you humanely, and then one day, out of the blue, for no apparent reason, they grab you, or you start witnessing the torture and the confinement and the murder of your children and your friends' children and your community's children and your brothers and sisters and cousins and your spouse, and then they grab you, and all your community is witnessing them grabbing you and then hanging you upside down, slitting your throat. How do you feel about that?
About the best way I can chalk it up is the way I feel about watching my fellow humans who are homeless.
Yes.
Staying on the streets, doing the same thing, because in the end, humanity's already done that.
But if we can personally, individually, not participate in the kind of cruelty that both you and I are against, then why wouldn't we? Like, as a baseline, we can still help the homeless. We can still even give up on humanity. You know, we can be more hopeful or less. But the bottom line is, if we're not contributing to the very thing, if you believe in, minimalizing any kind of unneeded cruelty to any other sentient being, then that would be more in alignment with our values and our beliefs. Why wouldn't we? Because that's what happened to me, my friend, by the way.
That's just it.
Yes?
You can only change one human being at a time, and if they don't choose to change, they won't.
What about changing ourselves?
That's
what about
just
asking
it.
ourselves the harder questions?
But see, that's the same thing. If we're not asking those questions, no one is going to change. If they don't ask that question of themselves, they can't change themselves.
That's a good point.
Because I've eaten vegan, I've eaten vegetarian, and yes, I still eat meat.
Why did you go vegan?
Because it wasn't a choice, actually. I had to make do with what we had, which the best way to make a whole protein is beans and rice. It's a carb and a protein, and once you put them together, you make one whole protein.
And
add to it,
kale,
and you keep going.
Yes.
But
so
there
why were you
are...
forced, when I asked you why did you go vegan, you said it wasn't your choice? I didn't hear.
No, it wasn't my choice, because that's literally all we could afford, and even then, it wasn't sustaining. How
is meat and dairy sustainable on our planet? Animal agriculture. We're talking about sustainability.
Trying to figure out how to do it for the entire family, the family of the world.
Yes.
That's a totally different way of looking at it. But at the same time, I was talking about the sustainability for my own system. I've known a few vegans who I tried doing it nonstop. I think I made it for about 15 to 20 days. But I actually was not getting past the hump of where people say they feel lethargic.
What if you considered, I really appreciate this, so you did go vegan and it was 15, 20 days.
Wasn't long.
What if you considered, like, doing, based on our conversation, just doing more research, just saying, you know what?
That's not something I'm against. Researching is something everyone should do before they eat, before they drink.
Right? There's a book, there's a book that I just got, actually, called The Vegan Way. And
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
I've heard of similar.
I just got it. So all I can say is I thumbed through it. It was recommended to me, and I love to look at it when I thumb through it. And I recommend. In fact, if I had it with me right now, I would give it to you. And in fact, if you give me your information, I will get it to you. I will give it to you. Is that a deal? Would you do that? I would give it to you. I can't remember your name. I'm Danny, by the way.
I'm Eileen.
You're Eileen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice to meet you. If you don't have to, but okay, you know what? I'll give you my card. I'm the daring vegan. I just went went vegan a year ago just because I did educate myself. And I'll give you my card, and it's your prerogative to get back to me. And if you do, I will deliver it. We can meet at a cafe. So I want people to see that the reason people that I got this card is, woo, thank you, is exactly for this reason. Sorry guys. It's exactly for this reason that when I have conversations with people who are open and willing like she is, to at least to have this to give to them, so that then they can take it with it and do what they will. So I give you the card, and I promise you, if you reach out to me and if you don't feel comfortable, you can just meet at a coffee house. I'll bring you the book and I'll let you have your own experience of it. Deal?
We'll see.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Thank you for being willing. Take care.
Here.
So, what's that?
Poetry in it.
Oh, okay. All right. And you're giving me a gift. Thank you so much. So she gave me a gift, Street Roots, the plan to save the world. Oh, you know, this is like Street Sheet in San Francisco. And you know what's interesting is I was just interviewed by Street Roots yesterday by phone. I was interviewed about my veganism and my activism by a reporter, a journalist from Street Roots. So this is the first time I've ever seen it. And yesterday was Liz, a woman named Liz. And okay, I'm going to put this down because this is what's going on right now. So there it is. And let's see. Oh my God! I just have to show you guys. This is my baby. Hey, comrade. This is, see, we use him to draw people in. Is this not a baby or what? Oh my God. Oh, thank you, Diane. And Paul, have some Reese's. You'll feel much better. I'm not sure what that means. I don't even know if Reese's is vegan. I doubt it. It's probably got milk in it. I used to eat those things like they were going out of style. I'm sure there's vegan Reese's now. Yeah, and I will look. If you guys comment, I will, now that I'm paying more attention, I'll comment. But thank you for being out here, comrade. And I want to show you because there's a lot of activity going on. So people are listening.
Like heart disease, diabetes.
Mashe, thank you so much. Walmer, let them know you appreciate it. Okay, I'm not sure.
Wow.
Yes, there is vegan Reese's. Ava, thank you so much, Ava. That's the most important thing, is that there is vegan Reese's.
I don't know, I think you should just go Whole Foods plant-based. It's my favorite way of going about it.
True that. But if we need to get our chocolate and sugar on, why not do the vegan chocolate and sugar?
That's true.
So,
they have vegan Reese's too.
That's what they were just saying. That's what Ava just told us, is that there is vegan Reese's. So anything you want to say, Zach, about what's going on today? Because we're just really, we're killing it in a good way.
Right now
in
we're
a loving way.
about 40 people transitioning into a vegan lifestyle today, which is remarkable.
40, and I can vouch for that, guys, because we've been out here, and like I said, we've been making golds. What is it called? Gold on a straw? I don't know if that's non-vegan, but
they turned it out of hay. I thought they turned those little gold out of the hay.
We've been doing great stuff out here.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin. Thank you. By the way, Zach and Iman, Iman's right behind. They're the two organizers of Cuban Truth here in Portland. And now that the weather's getting nicer, we'll have a lot more people. Hey, thanks for just being
God
willing
bless,
to yeah, God bless you too. Oh my God, there's another comrade. Hey! I won't say your name if you don't want me to. Can I say your name? Brandy! What's going on? So I just want to show people the grim reality. This is, you know, this is the grim reality. You know, I won't stay on it long. But again, we're having the real conversations with people.
Give me a mask and I'll be a vegan.
What was that?
If you give me a mask, I'll be a vegan for like 2 days.
If we give you a what?
If you give me one of those creepy ass masks, I'll do vegan shit.
Creepy ass mask.
I'll do it for like a week and then I'll be like, low-key something.
Well, we have a 22-day vegan challenge.
Yeah, they got that. They do have YouTube. It's like
you can Instagram your vegan, and then
I know what it is. My friend Chris.
So these, sorry, these guys are being. Hey, Pafo, do you want to say why you're out here? Your Facebook Live, and you want to just say what it's like to be out here and what you've observed. And
It's a little stressful and confusing sometimes doing the outreach part.
you know what? I'm going to turn around to the lighting. Yeah.
I don't mind the cubing so much. I mean, I can stand there and just like hold it and look in people's eyes. I don't mind that. The outreach is a little tough because you're kind of jumping around trying to answer everybody's questions. I think we need more people out here.
Yeah.
But you asked me why?
Yeah.
You asked me why I'm doing it because I'm a vegan and I care about the animals. I'm a pantheist. I believe that all life is sacred. I think that this is atrocious and we need to evolve beyond all this. There's no need for human beings to consume meat, eggs, or dairy. And everybody knows that the health benefits of a plant-based diet and the consequences of this stuff. So it's just a matter of raising awareness.
So you guys got masks out of this?
Yes.
If you guys,
What's the deal?
You guys are bribing me, so I'm gonna eat vegan shit.
Don't think of it vegan shit. Just eat fruits and vegetables.
Wait. Papa, because
I
we're
eat
live,
them all
too
the
many
time.
people talking.
Yeah.
But hey, when you say that, go to Gardein. When you go to Fred Meyer's, Gardein has like your
Gardein is
chicken
good stuff.
nuggets. Yeah,
Actually,
right?
fish sticks,
Your
chicken
fish.
nuggets, ribs, all that stuff.
And Gardein's a great brand, guys. You'll never know the difference.
Frozen plant-based.
I'm not gonna like hate on you guys or anything. You guys do your thing. It's cool that you guys don't want
I
animals
care about
to die.
animals.
I just like meat.
That's
you know?
all it is. Dude, I like meat.
today
before I
the
became
Animal
vegan. I
Rights
still
Day?
like meat. I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, is
I
what?
should have brought some
Yes,
beef jerky.
It is
I have
Animal Rights
like
Day.
vegan
Every
jerky.
day is Animal Rights Day.
Vegan jerky?
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, there's vegan everything.
It's really healthy.
Vegan
Go down to
ice
Here,
cream.
this is just for you guys.
Hey guys, do you like ice cream?
Yes.
Okay, there's about 6 Ben & Jerry's flavors that are now non-dairy, no cruelty, no animal, no baby calves milk, and you can get it at Fred Meyer. About 6 flavors. Just ask them. All right, they're having a good time. See, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. People are just bringing them in. Beyond Meat is a great brand. Thank you, Ava. Inspired you in her book about the challenge. Mine is Jackie D talks about having someone vegan who inspired you in her book. Okay, not totally sure, but keep writing, you guys, and I'll read. So Delicious brand ice cream too. Yes, I love the cashew. So Delicious cashew base. They're very vanilla. It's a great olive mode. I love their So Delicious has cashew base, very vanilla. You cannot. It tastes like French vanilla. It's dairy. The only difference is no cruelty. And I use that olive mode on my brownies, on my apple crisps, on my pies, all vegan desserts. And these skate park kids, all those kids go in there, they all just got vegan masks and said they were anonymous for the Voices mask. They said they're going to go vegan in exchange.
You know, there's food not bombs, and
Gets people in the conversation, you know? We hear all their excuses and all their BS, right? And all kinds of stuff. And you have to have a lot of patience to do this. But it's very gratifying because we do plant seeds and we do get people to convert. We really, I witness people making the shift in the conversation when I'm talking to them, and I'll hang in there unless they're, rude. I'll hang in there. Everyone, please read The Vegan Way by Jackie Day. Thank you, Masha. Yes, and I am going to give that to, I think her name was Eileen. If she reaches out to me, she gets a free copy of that book because it's, thank you, Jackie, for reminding.
So nothing, in the argument, there's no law saying you can't eat anything because you know what, we can sin all we want. No, this earth is made for us to sin, dwell in our sin if we want.
Do you know what the original,
is it right to dwell in sin? No.
Definition of
So
sin?
when you sin and you dwell in it, you realize how disgusting it is, and hopefully you start taking your way up completely above it, because when I go to heaven, I ain't going to eat no flesh. I don't want to eat any. And so after this challenge, hopefully I will become a vegan.
So many defenses.
Because you got to look at both spectrums. You can't take sides. You didn't ask me personally. You asked me generally. Personally, I don't think we should eat any meat.
And we know.
So then why do you?
Because I acquired a taste for it, and sometimes I acquire the taste of flesh, and I want to devour something. And I'd rather devour something lesser than man.
So
How
do
about
you
that?
justify eating meat
Money
because
Mac
it's
and murder
legal?
with me. And that's GD folk lingo for you're not going to push me and my whole family out to the last piece of bloodline, because that last piece of bloodline is with the business, and the business is me, and the business is good. Now, after the business is done, we can chop up wood and have a jolly old time with the cider. But when you keep on popping me like you're coming with the high beam hider, with the little sniper, oh, we're click-clack down to the ground. And last I checked, when you push up on me, I push back.
Do you justify eating meat because it's legal? Because I thought you said
You
that.
justify drinking coffee, the most addictive liquid, and tobacco, the most addictive
Yeah,
smoke.
but I'm not slitting coffee's
But
throat
do you
and
create
confining
any
it
sin
and
every day? Do you drink coffee? How do you know that a coffee bean does not have feelings?
Oh, so how do I know?
How do I know that a
if
frog
coffee
is
if the coffee bean
one
doesn't
a
have
desire to
feelings?
drive? I don't know. We could ponder this all day. It's arguing over
So I
words.
just want to tell people that he said,
you're
how do
using
you know
devices
if a
which
coffee
causes
bean doesn't
what?
have feelings?
Cancer, the closer you put it to me, so the closer you put me, the closer you kill me. In the process of winning an
Dave
argument
Jenner says,
of
yeah,
saying
but I
don't
always
kill
wanted a pair-
something
oh, I
lesser
really
than
don't want a
man.
pair of shoes
Let's
made from
contemplate
cotton.
man first. Let's get us situated, and then we'll talk about the animals. You dig?
Get us
My name's
situated,
Messiah Susani,
and
blessed
then
upon you by Almighty
he's
God.
also bringing, these people are good for us to see because what he's saying is, I'm going to turn it around. So what he's saying is basically we just hear these people say the same exact excuses we hear all the time, and they don't realize that they're not the first person to come up with the same inaccurate excuses and non-factual. So what was he just saying? What was the last ridiculous thing he was saying? Oh yeah, how do you know coffee beans don't have feelings? When I asked him, does he justify eating meat because it's legal? And what was the other thing? I forget. Whatever else he just said was just ridiculous. But anyway, but notice they come up with the same exact excuses. Oh, that's what he said. He just said it again. He said, first let's get everything else situated. I care about humans. Then we'll deal with the animal thing. And that is another common a fallacy. You don't have to, they're not mutually exclusive. See, this guy is all about talking. He doesn't want to listen because it's a defense mechanism. Because in order to listen to the conversation about eating animals when we don't need to be, you have to actually reflect and ask yourself, is what I'm doing morally wrong, morally reprehensible, morally wrong? And we eat animals, meat and dairy, for 4 reasons. Because see, he's still talking. People love to talk and hear themselves. I'm only talking based on what I educated myself on. Let me just say 4 reasons we eat meat and dairy out of convenience. Well, taste. Taste is the first reason. Because we like the taste. Well, you know what? I would taste good if you seasoned me and marinated me and tenderized my butt. And then roasted me to perfection or smoked me to barbecue. We would all taste good. So we do it for taste. We do it because we like it. And we do it for convenience. We do it out of habit. And we do it out of conditioning. And it's just so accessible. So to break people out of this mold is very challenging, but we are doing it. Oh, thank you, Levi. Go, Danny. Gabby, processed meat is not healthy for the body. That's right. Processed meat is a fact. Science has shown it's carcinogenic. And in fact, I can't remember who it is. Is it Physicians for the Committee for Responsible Medicine or not that they are suing the Los Angeles School District? Google it, make sure I got my facts right. Because of serving meat, which is processed meat is carcinogenic. Tradition, thank you, April. Tradition is the other reason. A lot of people use the excuse of culture, like, we're this culture, so we can't give up meat. We're that culture, we can't give up meat. Everybody has an excuse. I have a friend who is a social justice worker, and she's a hardcore feminist and social justice worker. There's many of them. When I told her about the situation with animals, she listened and then she said, yeah, well, I'm Irish and this is bunk because it's our tradition to eat animals. It was just pretty laughable and ridiculous because she's very intelligent, but it's amazing. It has nothing to do with intelligence. Thank you, April. Love your approach. Processed meat is horrendous and sodium nitrates and nitrates, yeah. God, the camera's horrible when I look close to it on me. Everyone has a choice, right? And you're reminding us, Jacqueline, that when people use the excuse, it's my personal choice to eat animals, you don't have to if you don't want to. Well, as the saying goes, it's not personal choice when there's a victim. It's not personal choice when there's a victim. Yes. Need to educate. Thank you, Jacqueline. Okay, so we've made our points. We've heard all the bullshit. Oh, and what I wanted to say is that a lot of studying and research and things I've done with Marianne Williamson, who is one of my teachers, one of many, she makes the point. That guy didn't want to listen. He just wanted to talk. He had all the answers, but knew none of the questions. And he said, he was talking about sin. And I wanted to point out to him that the original definition of sin came from, it was an archery term, and it meant missing the mark. And as Marianne says from A Course in Miracles, and this is how I'll close out, is that we're not, oh my God, we're not persecuted for our sins, but we're persecuted by our sins. And I'm paraphrasing, meaning that the hell and heaven that we create is within us. They're metaphorical terms. Consider that when we are in alignment with our beliefs and our values, we are happy. And my belief and my value is is compassion and to not commit unnecessary harm to other living beings. And that's my truth. And just by stopping eating them, I'm happy. Consequences. Thank you, Ava. Yes, Jacqueline. Okay, over and out. Got all spiritual on you. And love everybody. And go vegan. Go vegan, people. Lots of love.